I was in Sweden.
Why?
Just vacation.
Oh.
But meant that I did some mobile gaming. So I was mainly playing.
Platforms did you take?
I was thinking about this. It's weird how like the Vita I find like a really valuable travel companion in terms of games now.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
Oh, so you,
that thing's almost been out for 3 years.
Yeah.
Or so, and I probably didn't play it much for the first like 2 years that I had it because they were still trying to put like console quality games on it, and you're like, I don't want to play any of that stuff.
Play Killzone.
No.
On a train.
I wouldn't even want to play Killzone on...
Not a train.
Not a train, so... but it's really good for, indie titles and stuff like that. It's found its footing, basically. So I generally take the Vita with me. So I played a lot of Minecraft.
Nice.
Yeah. Minecraft. They made Minecraft again.
So, when you play Minecraft by yourself, what do you want from it? Because there's like a billion different ways you can go about Minecraft.
So the way I'm not interested in trying to...
survive the night!
Yeah, I mean, I like that, but with other people, that's more fun. By yourself, I usually put it on, survival mode, because I don't really want to, fly around and spawn blocks and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you still want to mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discover. Yeah, but I don't really want to have mobs destroying something that I've made.
Yeah,
I guess. Unless I've spent a while building it and it's like a fortification, then that's kind of fun. Whatever. So I just made a little log cabin thing and just explored and stuff. Sort of relaxing, switch your brain off and. Sort of weirdly relaxing.
Go and build obelisks all over.
No, that's more like what you do.
Oh, okay.
You massive creeper.
Weird. I don't understand how other people play Minecraft, so that's fine. No, to be honest, I love finding the natural cavern formations which exist.
Yeah, that is the one thing because the Vita version is somewhat limited. You don't get that as much.
Oh, okay. So
you get some of it, but it's a limited version of the game. But it's somewhere between the PlayStation 3 version. In fact, I think it might be the same as the PlayStation 3 version because you can switch your worlds between...
So it must have the same number of vertical blocks.
Yeah, but I want to say the Vita one is limited somehow. It's better than the mobile version, like the iOS version or whatever. But it is somewhat limited, it seems. It has redstone in it. I never touch that stuff.
Yeah.
I just like building stuff.
It's like Counter-Strike. My favourite Minecraft was 1.3.
Yeah.
Everything they've done, since they started introducing dungeons and villages and stuff, it's just I don't even understand this.
Yeah, and I don't like having the villages in the game. I turn that off.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I want everything in the world to be... I like the idea of sort of being completely, complete wilderness.
Like you just fell onto this planet.
Yeah, exactly, and then you sort of, build up a little civilization of your own, and I think if there's already, villages and stuff, it sort of takes away a little bit from that feeling. But I remember on the last podcast you were saying that you wanted a mode where you didn't have to worry about the food situation and that stuff. It seems to me I'm sure this is in every version of Minecraft that is out, but I've just noticed it in the Vita version, but you don't actually lose food now in the survival mode when it's on easy.
Does it just stay top?
Yeah, it's always at the top.
Okay.
You can still die from fall damage.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Which is fair enough, but you don't... Yeah, so it seems they have addressed the thing that you found the most bothersome. But the takeaway from all of this was that I was like, I should rent a Minecraft server again.
Oh, no.
It's really fiending for it.
Now you've just got, fangs.
Yeah.
Only be satiated by Minecraft.
Building stuff. It's renting Minecraft servers relatively inexpensive. I mean, it's just a few pounds a month for a good 4-player thing. In fact, you can rent a 2-player one for a week for free.
Yeah. Huh.
Which is interesting, yeah. I think the optimum number of people is probably about 4 or 6.
Yeah. Well, we only know, I can't imagine more than 6 people.
Yeah, I probably know about 6 people who would be interested in committing to that on a...
It's not like we're trying to recreate Westeros or whatever.
I always find the best time to rent a Minecraft server is a time when everyone's got vacation, like Christmas.
Yes.
So everyone's got 2 weeks off and is playing through their other games and whatever, but then there's always hey, there's a Minecraft server up, and if you're, people are like staying up later and just doing whatever. So that seems to be the best time to do that. So maybe in a few weeks' time when it's Christmas break.
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
Yeah. I'm mentally committed to doing that now because I really got an appetite back for Minecraft. I sort of always go back to Minecraft for a few weeks or whatever and then stop playing it, and then it's a good go back to game.
I said I really enjoyed that week we played Starbound.
Starbound's a great game.
I wonder if it's different, if they're continuing to do stuff to it.
The thing that bummed me out about Starbound the most of the time is that you would land on a planet and build stuff, and then you would realise that, like, every couple of days there's a completely destructive meteor storm that would just rain down and destroy everything.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, fuck.
The structure of that game was a bit odd.
Yeah. It was definitely, like... I think Starbound was the first early access game I played, or, like, paid for, in advance. So it was weird to me that, like, the game just sort of throws you to the wolves and lets you figure out everything else. So
you can start on a poisonous meteor planet, and that's a bummer.
Yeah. You start out. I remember the second time I played, I started out on some real asshole like snow planet where if you were above surface, you just immediately started dying.
Yeah,
I was like, well,
that's no good.
Well, I don't have anything to like. I can dig and hide in this hole for a while, but it's not really like where you in Minecraft you sort of have like tools to, or it's easier to sort of survive and then, come out in the daytime and finish building something. But Starbound just seemed real sort of...
Yeah, it wasn't
you don't... Yeah, like, you had no tools for survivability at all on some planets. So I'd be interested to see whether they've, changed that stuff.
Yeah. It was cool. I quite like the aesthetic.
Yeah.
I remember building build your house or whatever into, like, the side of this cliff overlooking a nice... Yeah, it kind of nice. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing about those games is that they really are, like, the sort of best example of, like, emergent narrative of, like, oh, I found this thing, and then this happened, and then this, and, other games, you get that to a degree, but it's strongest with, like, this sort of stuff, and I've sort of gone down the path of looking at some of the other games that have come out in the wake of, like, Minecraft and Terraria and stuff like that, and they look quite interesting, but I'm never really sure which of them are actually... like worth my time. So like I looked at like 7 Days to Die and
the whole Daisy genre.
Yeah, and there's some other one called like Salt or something like that. Not based on the Angelina Jolie film, but you're on like an island and there are pirates and stuff, and it seems like it has that sort of blocky Minecraft aesthetic, but it's got like dynamic lighting or something, but they're all sort of a variation on a theme.
Yeah, I found the spin-off genre of the DayZ things to be incredibly off-putting. Like, what's that one where you're on Rust?
Rust, yeah. The one they're rebuilding from the ground up.
Yeah.
The Garry's Mod guys making that.
And the Stomping Lands and the Forest? I think that ended up being one of those games. Yeah, Minecraft's fun. Go and build more lighthouses and obelisks somewhere.
Yeah. I like I don't know, like, usually in games where they have like some sort of creative mode, I'm not really too bothered about like for example in Forza Horizon 2, it's got the whole, decal painting thing, and I don't really see the point in spending ages on that stuff.
No.
Like, cause if I really wanted to make that stuff, if I really wanted to like be creative or something, I suppose I'd do it in like, I know, like 3ds Max or Flash, or just go and do something like, sure, why not?
PowerPoint.
Yeah.
You make some hot PowerPoint
I'm
slides.
a creative PowerPoint user.
Yeah. I do my best work in PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the forest. It's that one where you like survive a plane crash.
Yeah, that's the one where there's a weird alien at the start or something, and
it's a plane crash, and then there's like weird tribes people who kill you immediately.
Yeah.
It's like the others from Lost.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That seems fine, I guess. Yeah, at some point it's like any game where you make some kind of axe or hammer.
Yeah.
And you're like smashing away at a tree or something.
Yeah, punching stone out of rocks and punching a tree until wood comes out of it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, it's one of these games. Sure, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm never going to play this.
Yeah, I feel that the sort of... It's weird that a lot of those games have got quite realistic, but they still have the like crafting element in them. I don't know.
Just looking at people playing Rust, it's just like this weird barren landscape, but then these weird user-constructed tin sheds everywhere.
I think that's the appeal of Minecraft, is that your stuff, whatever you build, looks like it fits into the landscape.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Which is part of the appeal, because then you actually feel some sense of sort of consistent authorship over whatever you've made.
Yeah.
But not to intellectualize it too much, but
Yeah.
I just like Minecraft. It's
Well, yeah, one time I was building that lighthouse on the side of this cliff, and I went and made the bits of the lighthouse appear to stick out through the cliff face as it was going down, just to make it look like it had a basement that was kind of like poking through the cliff walls.
Yeah, you can sort of make it organic.
Fit in with the natural feature that was there to start with,
Yeah.
which I quite enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
But
It's a good game for setting your own weird goals as well.
Yes. And then never actually finishing.
Yeah, never finishing anything.
Yes. I remember trying to build a big robot once.
Yeah.
I can't remember why.
I imagine that for every Kotaku post about someone who created all of Westeros in Minecraft, there's probably 25 other Westeroses made by other people and never got finished.
Yeah. I'm making all of Tamriel.
Yeah, exactly. So that, I probably won't keep playing it on the Vita until I travel next.
So did you play anything else in Sweden?
I played some Spelunky just because it was on PS Plus,
Yes.
but not too much of it. But
I like the Vita version of that. That's solid.
yeah, it seems like a good way to.
The controls work fine on that.
Yeah, and I think one of this month's PS Plus games is Luftrausers.
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 Yeah.
Luftrausers.
That game seems alright.
Yeah, it's one of those games that I want to play. It's one of those games I want to play.
End of sentence.
Yeah, that's it. Done.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Been playing some more Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, got through to that second area that we were talking about the other week.
Yeah. Looks nice.
Seems cool. Yeah,
The seagulls.
I keep going back and forth in my brain whether it would have made sense to have that area first, and then you go into Mordor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, the game gets less Mordory as it goes on.
Less door.
Yes.
More or less. Yep.
Yeah.
There's something in there somewhere.
Yeah, probably. And yeah, when you come through there and you get to see an entirely different set of Sauron's armies.
There's grass.
Like, oh boy.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I was a bit like, oh, there's like two armies for each area. Which is sort of weird. I can understand why they did it.
So you won't run into your old homies that you've killed.
Yeah, a whole new set of assholes to...
You won't meet Tars or whatever.
Yeah. Douche.
Well, the U has a thingy above it, which...
Ronk tonk jaws. I do... One of my favourite things is how
the honky tonk man.
It'd great if just like old wrestlers started showing up.
Goldberg. And you just like, the camera zooms in.
Goldberg.
You're next!
Like, it's susceptible to being put through tables.
Yeah.
Man, I want a wrestling game with the Nemesis system.
Yeah,
in
that's like
you have to fight your way through like the ranks. Right, WWE 2K16 Nemesis system. Who do you put like? Who's a captain and who's a war chief?
John Cena. I don't know.
Yeah.
The problem with that,
the idea of doing a stealth attack of putting someone through a table, just sneaking it behind them like
with a
with a table.
Yeah.
All right, that's my pitch for next year's game.
The problem for this is that you need to make an open world wrestling environment that makes sense, and it doesn't. The only thing I can think of is...
You just model an entire...
arena.
You just model all of Stamford, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah, you model an arena in the surrounding area.
Yeah.
And then... yeah.
I was thinking it might be like a Saw-style situation where a man's just locked all these people into... he's a giant warehouse full of like rings and backstage areas.
Oh no! I thought you were going to say like it's a murder mystery game where like someone's murdering all of these wrestlers.
That could work as well.
It's like LA Noire, but
who killed Kofi
You're
Kingston?
investigating why Al Snow was found face down in his own sick. That wasn't a murder.
Drowned in pudding.
Yeah. Pudding, no.
Yeah,
I like the idea of unlocking stealth tables as an ability. Having read about what like a massive technical failure the last gen version of the new wrestling game is, that sounds much better.
Yeah. I haven't read too much about that. I saw some negative comments on Twitter.
I really hope that the next-gen version is not broken in the same way, but it sounds like it's messed up.
Really?
2K15 sounds messed up on Xbox and PS3.
Cool.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's only... The only thing that needs to really work for me to get what I want out of the next-gen version is, like, ring entrance.
Yeah, like, the ones I've seen look great. Like,
yeah,
they look really, really good.
I'm still kind of hopeful about that game.
Yeah.
And if it turns out that the wrestling's so broken that all I can do is make people do each other's entrances, that'll probably be fine as well.
Yep.
I'll pay £45
pay £45 to see Andre the Giant skip down the ring to AJ Lee's music and Titantron entrance.
Exactly.
It's November now, so there are different games.
Is it a November to dismember?
It's a November to remember how to dismember.
Okay, great. So what were you saying about November?
When's that out? I have
19th?
no idea.
Something.
Is it the same day as Far Cry?
Yes.
I think that's the next game that I care about out this month.
What about Call of Duty?
If somehow it got anything more than an 8.
Alright.
Or a 4? If it started getting 5s and
so if
9s
it got a 4 out of 10, you would want it to see how fucking terrible it is.
Yeah, I guess. I don't.
The most on-fire Call of Duty game ever.
I don't know. Like, I don't think anything about what Call of Duty is excites me anymore. Because obviously it's going to be Call of Duty.
Yeah, but the grenades home in.
Okay, sold. Done.
No, to be honest, I have pre-ordered it. I might sell it.
You played Ghosts.
Yeah, I played Ghosts. There was a great scene in Ghosts where, like, you're in the middle of this town and some terrorists or whatever blow up, like, a dam all the way in the distance. And you see it's up on these hills. You see the dam burst and all the water roll out. And then
eventually
suddenly it all swoosh down the street you're in.
It looks like...
That was, like, the best thing in that entire game was that dam exploding.
That damn dam.
And then just, like, trucks and stuff just washing down the street.
That sounds cool.
It was great.
There's it looks like there's some of that stuff in Far Cry 4, but with avalanches.
Yeah.
I saw a video where like you saw like a avalanche coming down off a distant cliff, and then all of a sudden it was like blowing through all the trees in front of you. That seemed cool.
Can you just is it like Far Cry 3 bases, except you can just bury them in snow?
That would be amazing. And then unleash tigers everywhere.
Yeah, and T-Rexes or whatever.
In fact, the strategy of releasing a tiger to kill everyone is very similar to how I treat Caragors in Mordor.
Where's the Caragor? Oh no, a Caragor! Yeah, that Caragors are a pain.
Yeah, whenever I see like the 3 little claw things like chasing me on the map, I'm like, oh shit, like try and get some high ground, and then you realise it can climb up and
it's just ghouls
follow you. Yeah,
yeah, Far Cry 4 looks superb.
And we are both currently playing through Sunset Overdrive.
I want to talk to you about. Before we get to that,
yep,
Destiny.
Uh-huh.
So they announced DLC plans recently. And what you get on the PS4 is 3 missions.
Yeah.
3 strikes? 2 strikes.
Yeah. And
2 strikes.
And a new raid?
3 multiplayer apps and 1 new raid.
Yeah.
For $19.99.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth it.
It seems a bit pricey.
I mean, a while back I thought that the plan was going to be that they would... the plan would be that they would start to put out like new planets or like
new areas.
This is like not what I had in mind, guys.
Yeah, because it's almost like half as much as the entire game. You get like a tiny percentage of the content. It's
something went really wrong with this game in terms of the way it was developed, and this is still like the sort of repercussions.
Yeah, it's still like echoing around in there.
If I had paid for a season pass or some version of the game where you were going to get all of this stuff, I think I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Because this is not what I thought. I thought it was going to be like a whole new area and like, and they're raising the level cap by 2?
But, okay, the crazy thing about that is they're raising the light level cap.
Oh, really?
And the light level cap currently has a hard limit. So, if you get your raid legendaries and fully upgrade them, you get all this, you get like 100 light or something, and then it just stops at level 30.
Yeah.
But you still have more light. You can have more light on your character than
So it is entirely possible that they'll roll up that update and people will
And
just
will already
immediately
be level 32.
They'll immediately be level 32 because they're already carrying enough gear that allows them to be 30. That's really fucked up.
The even more fucked up thing is the fact that you're level 30 or 32 has literally no meaning. Like, it's not increasing your HP or anything. You already have the stats from the items, so...
There's no content also. There's also no content for those people apart from doing the next raid.
Yeah. So yeah, it sounds real crazy.
I think that I think it's really silly that they have learnt nothing. If they'd have really looked at World of Warcraft and what people actually wanted from that game, they'd have realised that... So for a while, Blizzard were pretty much just making high-end content, weren't they? And then everyone was really discontent that they were only making that sort of content, so they started making things, a little easier for other players who were not, raid-ready or whatever. And it seems like Bungie are just this is all, top-tier shit.
Yeah, but... If you look at the percentages on the trophies or something, it's less than 5% of people have actually finished that raid.
Yeah.
So making content for them isn't actually in
It
your
doesn't make
best
sense,
interest.
yeah. I mean, I wonder, at some point they must know that that's the case, but they already committed to...
Yeah,
they obviously thought that everyone would be working towards the raid and then want another raid, but the reality of it is it's so fucking hard to get those 10 light levels without, the most rote boring sort of grinding.
And I don't know 5 other people who would really be willing to come down on this dark journey with me, so I'd have to make friends on weird forums and stuff to do the raid.
And then at some point you're just like, well, I may as well just...
I might as well go outside.
Yeah, and play something else.
Yeah, play Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the last thing I wanted to talk to you about on Destiny was there was a real early piece of concept art for the Black Garden where...
It's going back,
Yeah, back to the 80s when they were coming up with this stuff. But the Black Garden at that point was wrapped around the inside of a sphere.
Some kind of halo?
No. The implication of it was that it was inside the Traveller.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And the heart you were killing would have been, either you were killing the heart of the Traveller or something which was, had invaded the Traveller. Obviously, none of this stuff is actually in the game.
Well, I'm glad that we can go back and address the question from the first episode, which is, what is the Black Garden? And the answer is, I still have no fucking clue.
Yeah, it might have been at one point something else that it isn't right now.
It was a robot farm that was or was not inside of a planet thing.
Yeah. But I in a way, that concept art gives me closure, because I can think, oh, this project was just a disaster, who cares?
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
But
the game's fun.
Yeah, if I don't think about it too much.
You'll end up, shooting into a cave forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we're also playing Sunset Overdrive, which we've only played about 2 hours.
Yeah, I can save comment on that maybe for next time, but it's good so far.
Yep. A lot of people say they didn't like it to start off with, but I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see why, do you get a run speed upgrade? Because that's the one thing that seems slow at the moment, is how fast my dude runs. I mean, I know that I'm not really spending too much time running around, but it just seems weirdly slow.
I know you get more jumps, or double jump or something, going an air dash.
Yeah.
Which would help.
I'm going to try and play through a bunch more of the, tutorial stuff or whatever to try and unlock that stuff before I start doing side things.
Yeah. Because even stuff like the traversal mini-game things, it's I wouldn't be able to get gold currently because I don't have all of the buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I'll engage with the sort of time trial aspect of it.
Yeah.
But it seems cool.
How much of stuff is actually...
I like the music in that game. It suits it.
Yeah. Do you find the music kind of sometimes just stops for no reason?
I think it's tied to the action
level-y thing.
The weird thing that it does, though, is it usually in open world games there's this sort of ponderous relaxing feel to it, but the music sort of keeps you moving all the time. The fact that it's an open world game's sort of inconsequential. Yeah. In a way.
You mean it's not it doesn't sometimes just switch to Jeremy Soule Skyrim music?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Have just kind of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
The energy drink apocalypse.
Yeah. I'm really excited for Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
Sort of crept up.
It's game of the year.
Alright, done. That'll save that discussion later on.
Yeah, we won't have to discuss that because it's clearly already going to be Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It probably won't be bad.
Yeah. I learned some things about Assassin's Creed Unity as well, which makes me think more highly of that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The World War II stuff?
Yeah.
That seems weird.
It seems real weird. It's kind of like the Bioshock Infinite Paris thing of like, what?
Yeah.
Even though that didn't really matter too much,
Yeah.
as it turned out.
That they showed that really early on.
Yeah, and it didn't happen like that in the game
No.
eventually.
Yeah. I like everything about... I like the hunting stuff in Far Cry, like just using a bow.
Yeah, making bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if the structure will just be copy-pasta of Far Cry 3,
Yeah.
except mountains. That'd be fun.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. That would
Did you play Blood Dragon?
I did, yeah.
How was that?
It was alright. I liked the idea of it more than the practicality.
I like that constantly in the background there were like nuclear explosions going off
Yeah,
on like distant islands.
and the kind of ambient synth hum that
Yeah.
game had at all times.
Yeah.
It was cool. The glowy video and interlacing stuff.
Yeah, there's something really weird about the atmosphere of that game.
Yeah. Although there were some rumours that they're doing stuff with that franchise.
Oh, they're making Blood Dragon its own thing.
Yeah.
I can see them doing that.
Or maybe not exactly that, but I know there's a team somewhere making a weirder Far Cry.
Yeah. It makes sense to be able to reuse all the technology they build for those games.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see them doing Far Cry every year. A bit like Assassin's Creed if they could.
Yeah. Let's get some other teams on.
Maybe doing like a numbered Far Cry game every other year and then doing some weird Blood Dragon style experiment the next.
Yeah.
Using the previous year's tech.
Just have to have enough teams that they can all get 3 years to work on their game.
Yeah.
Which is actually one of the reasons why I'm interested in this Call of Duty game, is because it's the team...
It's Sledgehammer, isn't it?
Yeah, and they've had 3 years to make this thing basically by themselves.
Yeah.
And the spectacle, I mean, that's almost all you get out of the Call of Duty game is the spectacle.
You get 6 hours of just insane spectacle and then
Yeah, and I kind of want to get that.
multiplayer if you want it.
Yeah, and then multiplayer that makes me go, I should be playing Destiny instead.
Yeah. Multiplayer that makes you feel like you're not good at games.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I mean, the thing is about Call of Duty is they change, because like I was saying before, it's still Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And so, the small changes they make to that still means that the people who are good at Call of Duty games are still good at them.
Yeah.
So they'll just leap in day one and be instantly, like, great at, few hours of figuring out the differences, but then
Learning the maps.
and then, yeah.
The maps are all the same these days. They all just have...
Yeah, it's usually a kill box map and then, like, some bigger ones for sniping and
Everyone just goes around in a loop.
usually something with a train yard.
Yeah. Because, like, the ones in Ghost specifically, I was just like, I feel like I've been on this map before.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I didn't touch The last one I played was Modern Warfare 3. I didn't touch any of the Black Ops games or...
So when Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Ghosts... This one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sledgehammer helped out on Modern Warfare 3, but they didn't help out on Black Ops 2 or Ghosts.
Yeah, they were just
Which is why they've had 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, so they've been working on this for 3 years, apparently.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is... They've got 3 teams that will all get 3 years to make each Call of Duty games now.
Yeah.
They've got Treyarch, they've got Infinity Ward, and they've got Sledgehammer.
Weird.
So I think...
Sledgehammer originally were working on a third-person adventure-style game, weren't they? Which obviously got shelved, so I don't think anyone wants that, so...
Well, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, unless you're making, like, Gears of War sort of thing. But that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting, but...
I probably would have been more into that than... Yeah, in their interest of making the brand a bit more diverse.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Activision seems continually surprised that they haven't run this thing into the ground completely yet.
Yeah.
People still seem to be interested in buying Call of Duty games.
Less people. But
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I wonder if at some point they could transition to just putting out the multiplayer every
Maybe.
year. I don't know.
That always gets
They-
bad reactions from people.
Yeah, they might try that when this thing's looking like it's about to die, I suppose.
There's a game called Call of Duty Online, which is like something that's only available in China.
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
What is that? What is, like...
Let's find out for the next podcast.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Homework assignment.
Yeah.